You are now listening to the Raw Podcast.
Hey, welcome back to a new episode of Raw. I'm Myra.
I'm Princess.
I'm Shian.
I'm Deshawn.
I'm Q.
So we actually had some special guests, but before we go into the topic, I do want to say, Shian, you almost tried to hit me with your card today. I don't appreciate it because my birthday's like in a month and a half, so I'm going to kill you when we leave here. But anyway, we do have some special guests. We're going to go in order. So start on our special guest. Go ahead.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Bethany from the Black Bougie Brunch with Bethany. Check me out. Black Bougie Brunch with Bethany.
Oh, shoot. That's
Oh, wow.
my bad. Look, I'm like, okay.
Negress.
Clockwise. Negress. I'm waiting. I'm Ted. I'd say this on my podcast. It's your man's TEDKUSH, man. From the Ted and Ty Show. You can keep up with us on all things social at Ted and Ty Show. Follow me at @ThisIsTed_.
Hey.
He should have went last with that intro, but okay. Yeah, what's up, everybody? This your man, Tony Jr., singer, songwriter from Oak Cliff, Texas. Everybody copped that new album. Came out May 3rd, Children of the Mothership. Go get that, spin that, share that, all that good stuff. Shout out to the R.A.W podcast for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
All right. Much love, my brother.
So we actually got a good topic, want to get into about, that been going on social media for the past about 2 weeks, week and a half? Well, about a week. So want to get it down to the real nitty gritty, get into everything. So Q, kick it off. What's up? What we talking about? What's going on?
All right, so obviously, so first things first, let me rewind real quick. We're going to jump into that, but I want to get into our podcast members, Princess's event. If you want to explain a little bit more what's happening on June 1st, you know what I'm saying? Let them know what we doing. Let them know.
June 1st at the South Dallas Cultural Center, I'll be having Breaking the Cycle 2, Part 2, because so many people like the first one. Well, basically, it's breaking the stigmas of mental health within the Black community. So anyone that's in Dallas, make sure you check it out because we'll be, talking about so many things. It's informative and interactive. Thank you.
Boom, there you go. Myra, update us real
Hey,
quick.
so we're going to update you on Pretty
kids.
Ambition, Little Sister Circle with the kids. So we actually are having our girls' weekend on May 31st to June 1st, where they also will be assistant princess at her event. We have a fun weekend where we just be, fellowshipping. We're having a little sleepover, competition, all that good stuff. And then we just had our first birthday brunch on last Sunday where we celebrated one of the big sisters, one of the little sisters' birthday. So, building the bonds, giving them worship so they be well-grounded. And then actually 2 of my girls, one's going to Jackson State University in the fall. And one's going,
HBCU.
yes. And then one's actually staying in Texas. She's going to UTA. So, proud.
We still proud.
As proud,
HBCU, yeah. Peter, oh, yeah. That's a bit. That's respect.
Love.
So, all right. So, we got major things going on for both our ladies here. But let's go ahead and just jump into it. We got a bunch of members here today. It's 8 of us. We deep.
Deep.
So that's how you know.
Let's just say we grown.
That's how you know it's serious today.
Everybody that doubted us, boom.
It's such a huge topic that we didn't want to even just do our main members. We have to add different. We want a bunch of different perspectives on today. Because even in our group chat, we couldn't even wait last week. We was in there like, no, wait, I got more. We was bro, we can't hear all the arguments before we start. We have to just, you kind of want it to be fresh. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump into it because we got a lot to talk about. First things first, we're going to jump into, obviously, the Ayesha Curry situation. So, this is already touchy just even saying her name. So anyway, just to recap, most people already know about it, but anyway, she went on Red Table Talk. She had a few comments to say, or more than a few. It was a 30-minute interview, but everybody always takes one portion of the...
Because everybody don't watch.
Okay, anyway. They take one portion of it, and the main portion is obviously what she said, my boy. You know what she said?
No.
Nobody knows what she said.
Okay. Basically, what she said is that they were referring to Steph Curry being friendly. You have a friend, personality. He's in the He's a great NBA player. Don't you start. Great NBA player where he listen, he's shaking over here. Stripper, huh? Anyway, so he basically gets attention from groupies, and she basically feel like, where they are in their marriage, she just want to know if she basically still got it. She basically want attention from other guys. Not saying she said, not saying I would entertain it, because she said it out of her mouth. She just said that, getting attention from other guys to get that basic validation or make sure she still got it, or like if she's still beautiful. So based off that whole saying, she said
everyone took it and ran with
everybody went left field. We had mimics, we had everything. Everybody had, So just so we're gonna start off. Let's start off with my sister because she had my back.
No, I really want to hear from one of these guests.
Goodness.
So we gonna jump it out.
Let's
Okay.
kick it off with.
Okay, so
perspective.
Let's kick it off with.
Who you want to kick
Can
it
we
off?
start with him? Because he was shaking.
Yeah, he's
Can we
shaking.
start with him? He was shaking.
Because we all stronger.
Please.
All right, so what do you feel about the
Okay.
Ayesha Curry situation? What she said about she wanted attention, but okay,
right,
you know it. What's up?
Oh yeah, no, I heard everything. We had this talk at the pool the other day.
Oh,
That's actually why I'm here today, because Myra was so angry and distraught that she wanted to bring me on here to talk about it. So
Was not.
this was my stance, because Myra was, and she had some very valid points. I want to say that first before I even
Boom. Okay.
Now, but here we go. So when you are in the realm of stardom, everybody wants to have a quote unquote private life. Don't get me wrong, women are very much able to show how vulnerable they are at any moment in time. So I'm not finna attack that either. But when you say something like Steph is around groupies, one, he's an NBA player. They stay around. So that, and we're not worried about that.
Yeah.
Two, he don't even want that attention. So he's there and he has to play the nice role. And we as men in here know that when you're an NBA player, they actually train you to talk to the press and actually talk to people of in certain roles. So he has to play that role. So for her to say, yo, Steph is getting all this attention, I kind of wish I had that too. But at the same time, I wouldn't entertain it. So why are you saying it on national TV if you wouldn't entertain it?
Technically, it was Facebook.
Okay, very true. Okay. Now,
Just say national media. National media.
Okay, right. He brought up even more valid point.
Everybody's
because
seen it.
everybody is on their phone.
Yeah.
Everybody knows about Red Table Talk, and men and women included. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, it's cool. Okay, yeah. So with that being said, I'm like, all right, I understand how you feeling. And I understand that even as a woman, because Myra brought up at the pool, yo, she's had 3 kids.
Wait, we don't even have to get right there. Don't go.
Don't go.
Just say your piece.
Okay.
Yeah, your piece. Your personal
okay,
piece.
fine. Okay, so a woman, all right, she had 3 kids. Her body's going through the changes. Obviously, she's going to feel like, yo, do I feel wanted? Do I feel this? Do I feel that? You can tell Steph that, which is cool. You could have told Jada that off air. But to say that and when you do stuff like that, it low-key already puts Steph in a bad light just off of what you said. And it does. You know how? Because everybody's susceptible to their opinion. Because you right there. Okay.
I get you, Ted. What you got?
That's light skin stuff right there.
And then we gonna go to.
You said your piece, bro. You said your piece. I got you.
Next.
So,
Come on, bro. We gonna get some.
Preach.
Let's go.
Preach. No gas, but my Facebook does some numbers sometimes. So I posted my piece on Facebook where I said I totally understand where she was coming from and what she was saying. First and foremost, are you married?
No.
Engaged?
No.
In a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. So you gotta ask. I'm just saying because
Perspective matters.
I'm engaged, right? So I found a woman that I am prepared to spend the rest of my life with, who I expect no matter what, her face could get blown off tomorrow, I'm still gonna be there, right?
That's
So
100.
so my thought process in things is different. Not attacking the people that aren't married or engaged. But when I got that knee dirty, whole
It
life
is what it is.
it's different. Yeah. So with that being said, I totally understood. You brought some points. Yes, she's a woman. You know what I'm saying? But we have to understand that she's a woman. So she got emotions and way more feelings and stuff. Bro, him being an NBA player, he wasn't always a NBA player when she was with him. They've been together since he was walking in the middle of the mall and nobody would say hi to him.
Right.
You feel me?
He was
So imagine you being you with this person. You feel me? For 10 years, and this person goes from here to here. So he went from the Cinnabon lady hitting on him
to models and whatnot, celebs.
Her naturally feeling that, like, I don't have no problem with that. And, like, I do think, yes, it was on national media, but the thing is that it was targeted at women, for women, by women, about women.
Right.
Why are we talking about it? First and foremost.
I just got one question before I pass it to her. My one question is, would you have, if it was your lady getting on the podcast and she said the same type of things,
would you
check her ass?
Would you, after it was over, she hadn't told you that she was saying it, and when you got home, would have been like,
check her ass?
Not. Women have these conversations often. Right. This happens to be on a platform.
Most people have the problem with it being on the platform.
But within your household, would you have checked her ass?
I wouldn't have cared because, like, the fact is like, I think she used the word attention and she should have said affirmation because that's all it is.
Right.
Because when I walk out the house, like, whether I put my sneakers on for myself or not, if I walk past a nigga be like, hey, bro, some fresh ass kicks.
Boy, that's definitely affirmation.
Boy, that boosts me in some kind of way.
It definitely does.
If I get a fresh ass fade, even if I don't want this chick, if she like,
she like, your haircut nice.
Boy, I'm walking away.
But oh man, I'm gonna wait.
That's how I feel. Yeah, go ahead.
Hold it down. Let the guests get it.
Let's go.
Okay, so
how do you feel?
You better come with it.
I just wanted to say, just because Steph Curry didn't want the attention doesn't mean that he doesn't get it, which he gets it like all the time. I feel like, I put what I put on Facebook and I got my comments or whatever, but from a black perspective, right?
Okay.
Collectively, have we fallen that far from each other to where we can't respect the mind of a black woman? Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, she said what she said. How do we know she didn't tell her husband, babe, this is how I feel? And this, you know what I'm saying? Because afterwards, after it was all said and done, he came out and he's fully supported her, 100%. Then everybody came all out and inboxed her in the DMs, slid in her DMs with the disrespectful text messages, the disrespectful DMs. If she was my girl, I would have whooped it. First of all, how do you know they didn't have this conversation already? How y'all know they didn't have this conversation? And y'all can't approach every situation like on some immaturity type stuff. Everybody, to each is their own. So it really made me sad. It really made me sad as a black woman. It really made me sad to see that we've fallen so far from each other. We've fallen so far that grace is so short between the black man and the black woman to where they can't even respect our minds and vice versa. That's what really had me boiling. This was a black woman who was vulnerable on national television, on national social media, as you say. She was vulnerable. She shared her insecurities, and the black man couldn't respect her mind for that. Instead, they tore her from limb to limb. I could not respect that, and it made me sad. It really made me sad to see my brothers tear this black woman down for her being vulnerable, for her being insecure. And we got to check ourselves on that. This lady has come forward, and she said she's had to take medicine. You know what I'm saying? This has affected her mental health. Nobody didn't care about that. All they cared was about the fragile male, black ego, the fragile male, black insecurities, the fragile male. It was just everything. Cause y'all took it from her and made it about you. Right. If this was my girl, this is what I would have did. If this was my girl, I would have knocked her head between the washers. What?
I seen it.
What?
Okay, that's not funny. Okay, that's not funny. Wait.
That's disrespect.
Yeah, they did.
Disrespect.
Okay, so because Deshawn got a huge take. Right. So wait. I got a question for her. I got one question for her, and then I'm gonna go to.
Let him go last, please.
Well, I want to react to him.
I know, but my boy finna go.
Don't let him go. I want to go now.
My boy finna
because
go
we need to go and crank it up.
Y'all
all right, so
my boy finna go off. Let him go last.
Before he go, I just want to to ask.
Yeah, ask. I got something for him too.
Okay, no, I want to let you know, straight up. I mean, everybody listen, all that good stuff. I'm in full support of what Ayesha did. There's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that I saw that was in question is there's a time and a place.
Thank you.
Don't get me wrong. If Steph is not listening to you, you don't have to go to Jada and actually say it because, and I'm not saying she did that. I'm not saying she did that. That's very true.
Going back to my first thing, if she had that conversation with her husband,
we don't know
which none of us know if she did or not, but if she had that conversation with her husband and he had no problem with it, why you got a problem with it?
You ain't married.
That's her man.
It's not our place to tell her when and where to do it.
Very much so. Very much so. I wasn't even talking about this until Myra brought it up, and she asked asked me my take. So I said my take, and then she asked me to come on the show. So it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I respect that.
I do got my question. Real quick. My question for her. Okay, so I'll just bring it up stuff that I thought in my head. So when you said, a woman can't go on national TV or wherever, social media, whatever y'all want to say, she can't go on there and say something without getting a lot of backlash. What do you think, real quick, before Deshawn goes, what do you think if the roles were reversed? If Steph Curry or any other guy, if any other guy, let's say it was, who got I don't know, Tom Brady and his Giselle bunch. I don't know. I'm just thinking. If
Curry would have said that
no. I'm trying to.
Curry would have said that shit. They would have been
I'm
on
trying
his
to think.
ass.
I'm saying whoever's quote unquote less famous than their wife. I don't know. Name one celebrity who's less famous than their wife. If a man would have came on there and been like, hey, man, say I don't think okay, Stedman. If Stedman would have came on there and say, hey, man, I love Oprah, blah blah blah, but. I would like some affirmation from the outside. She would have got.
Well, they would have beat. The feminists would have came out.
They would have killed him.
They would have crucified.
They would have crucified him.
No. So I agree.
It's just I'm just saying it's double standards. We gotta understand that.
No, absolutely. There's double standards.
He would have got crucified.
But there's good for to have double standards sometimes though. This isn't something that bro. Me as an engaged, about to be married man, I don't need to be out. I'm a man, bro. Yeah. Like I gotta hide my emotions in different ways. Now, yes, we could take that into like mental health and like us harboring our emotions, and we can go down a whole ass rabbit hole. But the fact of the matter is that I'm a man, bro.
Yeah.
I can't say the same things that women say. My bad. I can't do the same things that women do, bro. We gotta let women be women, bro.
Thank you.
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I still think a man would have got murdered way worse than Ayesha.
Women can go out and wear Jordans and fucking jeans and nothing be wrong with it. But
dude can't get in the club.
I mean, well, with the new rules, he could wear what you want. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But there should be double standards. We just have to accept the fact that there are. Like, oh well. Like, you can't say that.
Deshawn, what you got, man? Because I feel like you got.
He breathed hard.
I want him to say stuff. I only want him to say stuff because I know we're gonna react a lot off of what he says. So, because I know you disagree.
Don't get quiet now.
Because we gonna the mic is yours,
Be quiet.
we gonna disagree with everything we just said.
To go and I am about to
Let my boy talk.
Let my
boy talk. For y'all new people, it's about to be. Boy, look, y'all finna have some fun. Go ahead.
Look here.
Try not to interrupt them.
Let me say, Ayesha Curry is not wrong for what she felt. I'm gonna say this. That's what I'm gonna give her.
Give it time.
She's not wrong for what she felt. She's entitled to everything she feels. But as it pertains to being in a relationship and being in a marriage, there's no room for you to say anything that could be misinterpreted by the world on what y'all call a national show about your husband. I really don't care what it is. And it's a reflection on the stability of their marriage, because if she feels that was okay to just be irresponsible, because that's irresponsible. That's very irresponsible. For me to speak and just go, oh yeah, I'm feeling this and this, and let's not ignore the fact that it shows that she's in competition with her husband. Like, okay, let him listen.
I'm here.
Because at the end of the day, why is your husband's success? What does it have to do with you? Like that. What does that have? Why does that make you feel insecure about yourself? If I'm with you, then you should be able to accept what comes with me, and you should be loving yourself first and foremost. You should be loving yourself first and foremost before I come into the equation. I shouldn't be your peace. I shouldn't be your happiness. I shouldn't be the thing that's stimulating you all the time. You should be doing these things for yourself. You should be doing these things for yourself. Don't put it off on your partner, because at the end of the day, you straining somebody. You bring your peace, you bring your love, and we bring it together, and we both have peace and love
It's
together.
self-esteem.
Exactly.
It's esteem of your motherfucking self, bitch.
Esteem of yourself. And I don't understand where we live in a world where you don't have to be, there's no respect, there's no honor, there's no code, there's nothing in mainstream media. For her to do that was hella disrespectful. Oh my God. That's hella disrespectful.
I mean, a lot of people agree with
to your marriage. I know it's people out there that agree with me. I already know.
Yeah, definitely do.
But I'm a man. I'm a real man. I have a backbone. On God, if like you put your whole family out there, like come on, bro, like come on, let's be real, bro. Like I'm not with the feeling shit. I can have a lot of emotions, but there's no way in the fuck I'm going to put anything out about my lady that can be misinterpreted, that can be taken any type of way other than she's a fucking queen. There's no way. There's no way. There's no room. There's no room for that. And I don't care how people feel, because feelings change, emotions change. Motherfuckers feel a certain way and run up and shoot up a school. It don't make it okay.
I don't know how you connected those. But
but regardless, it's the same thing. I mean, it's emotions.
He just said emotion.
You're driving yourself off of
Obviously, they two
emotions.
different things.
And people do a lot of dumb shit off of emotions.
Okay.
Are you married?
Contradicting yourself.
I've been in a relationship for 8 years, so I might as well be. Yeah.
Can I go?
I'm not married to the state. No.
Your time's okay.
All right.
Paperwork
So this is
couldn't
one
make us
thing.
any
No,
closer.
Okay, you done? All right. Okay.
Thank you.
This is I'm gonna
Hey.
dissect.
Yo.
Let me speak because you had your turn. Okay. I'm
I
gonna
wasn't done,
dissect.
but okay.
Y'all chilling. Come on.
Because we had a time. I'm gonna dissect what you said. Okay.
Yeah,
For one. Love, if you know your love language, everybody know words of affirmation is a lot of people love language.
Yeah.
For one.
And
So for you to
sad.
sit there and say that you cannot be in a healthy relationship because and still have insecurities, that's bullshit to me. Because I was in a fire relationship and still had insecurities with somebody who was a college. But you
Yeah, they do.
Thank you. So for you to say that you had to love yourself.
No shit. But I'm not depending on nobody else to come and affirmate my life.
Okay.
What the fuck? That's retarded.
Wait, no,
Now that's a mental health issue.
wait.
I have a question.
That's a
for
mental
you.
health
You're
issue.
telling me there's not one person that you seek validation from. You are human.
Of course, but that's not the goal. I'm never going. But that's not the goal. I would never say that's okay. Y'all trying to make this shit okay, and it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. And this is why the world fucked up. 'Cause y'all-
It's okay to be vulnerable.
I'll be like you.
No. Okay,
And the world
so
would be a
if
better
I have
place.
insecurities, I'm not putting in a relationship. I was
If
in a 5-year
niggas,
relationship. and
if
still had
people stop
insecurities.
depending on outside sources to affirmate their life, then they would
It's
feel more
called
confident
words.
about
I mean,
who they
okay,
are.
look, I understand. I understand what
Love
you're saying, bro. But at the same time, self-affirmation and self-love takes a
Thank you.
very long process.
Thank
It's
you.
okay. That's
hold on.
cool. But
Okay,
it doesn't
okay,
take
hold up, but watch
away
this
from
though.
the
But watch
fact
this
that
though.
you got to
But
do it
watch
for
this though.
yourself.
Watch this though. And I'll even relate this to artistry. Even as an artist, every artist goes on their certain journey, and every artist journey has detours, it has stops, it has bumps, bruises,
Amen.
all that good
Amen.
stuff. So with that being said, so does a marriage. I'm not married, but I know that for sure.
I know that.
With that being said, if she's seeking and this is like to validate Ayesha, and like not that she needs it already, but if she was feeling that way, told Steph, told the people that was close to Steph, and Steph still wasn't listening, and then she goes to Jada and asks Jada how she feeling, and she feeling
But we
that
will
way.
never know if she
Well,
did
we
or
don't
not.
know.
We
I
will
don't
never
know.
know. We will never know if she did it or not.
I mean,
keep talking
we'll
about
never
that.
know.
It had nothing
no,
to do
I'm not.
And it doesn't matter.
I'm not taking
It
steps.
doesn't
I'm saying-
matter.
I'm
It's
saying
about
no.
respect.
I'm saying,
Hold on.
Okay,
Respect the mic. Respect the mic.
Respect
No,
the
I'm
mic.
saying in marriage, the first thing, like everybody talks about, marriage is all about communication. So I'm bringing Steph into it because like you have to talk to your husband about the way you're feeling. I'm not trying to validate Steph. I'm not trying to put Steph and defend Steph. I'm just saying if you're gonna communicate how you're feeling, the first one you communicate to is to the person.
partner.
Exactly.
Okay, period.
Right.
So-
So this is my thing, and I told you before. I said a lot of people, a lot of males, they fail to realize when something is serious, they don't realize it's really serious. So I know from firsthand when I went to somebody that was an athlete in college and he still was top rank, and I had to deal with the girls and all, and I told him, I said, this is how I feel. He brushed it off. until my family noticed how my mood swings and my reactions had changed.
Okay.
So you can tell a man something all day long, but sometimes they don't see something as what you see as a big thing that sometimes a certain guy see as something little. That's why I'm trying to. That's why I'm trying to.
I don't even think that has to do with Steph though.
But I know I'm not. It don't. But I'm just saying. But what he, you know, what I'm saying, like communication.
Absolutely.
Yes, I was in a fire relationship. I communicated with the person. This is how I felt. Like I said, he was a college athlete in football. I had to deal with all races, white, Indian. I had to deal with all of them. And when I communicated that with him, it was like it was brushed off until people saw the signs of how I was feeling about it. So. But for you to say that you had to love yourself before getting in a relationship, that's bullshit to me.
That's
That's bullshit.
You said what?
That's
You said
fucking
what?
bullshit
You
to
said
me.
so. Why you feel like it's bullshit because of how you feel? It has nothing to do with the truth. The truth of the matter is, you need to figure these things out for yourself before you be with anybody. And this is what I learned. This is what I learned.
I got a question.
Feel like over time they've been together since
Forever. Just say forever.
You know,
From the beginning.
As time went by, she could have been that strong woman, right?
Exactly.
And then as time goes, her body
Exactly.
changes. She'd had 3 kids. You don't have, like, you physically cannot have a child.
I
Your
know I
body
can't.
does not change like
I
a
know I
woman.
can't.
So how she was feeling back then and how she's feeling now is completely different. Self-love can change.
still
You can
dealing
still
with
love
feelings.
yourself at the end of the day, but like we said, words of affirmation it means something. You want to walk down and
But why does it
know
mean
that
something?
Why?
Why?
Because we're human.
Okay, that
You
can't be an
missing the
excuse.
point. How is that
That
an
can't.
excuse?
I got.
Should we be robotic? Should we be robotic and not have
Hey,
feelings?
look, it's people out here.
Respect the
It's
mic.
hard.
Respect the mic, man.
It's pedophiles out here that feel like they
That's
should have. They can have. They should
How are
have.
you
It's the same
comparing
thing.
it?
It's
No,
the same
it's-
thing.
Bruh,
They can say
apples
the
and
exact.
oranges.
They can. They
Those
can
are
use
not
that
the
same
same.
argument. They can use that same
How,
argument.
fam? How?
Because I like younger women. I'm
That's
human.
not a human thing.
But they can use that argument. So we have to
Bro,
cut
you're
out
not
the.
making
We have to
sense.
be able to.
So, like
I'm making perfect sense.
That
People
they
that
don't
think.
connect. Those
People that's
those
using
two
their
are
head, they
not
feel
alike.
me. But I'm
Those two are
saying,
not the
I'm saying,
same.
you
I'm sorry.
using your fit. You
They're
thinking with your
not.
heart, not
Hey,
with your head.
Okay, wait.
thinking with your
Let me
heart,
say something.
not with your head.
Go ahead, bro.
Does anybody? I can ask this you, Nick. I mean, it doesn't matter. Do y'all think that this was more about Steph not affirming her, or do you just think
No.
Steph? Do you believe?
It was
Okay,
a
that's what we
personal
won't
it's
know.
two ways. No, we don't know that. I mean,
that's what
we
we
just
won't know.
we just context clues. Do you
It's an
think
ego problem.
Do
She
you
has an
think?
ego
Do you
issue.
think Steph was affirming her, and then
even
she
trying
just
to use
won't
No, you good.
outside, or do you think Steph wasn't doing his job and she wants
I don't
outside?
think. I don't think it.
No,
it
because
weighs
it matters
apart.
to me.
I don't
It
think
matters to
me.
Let me.
the reason I said to you, and I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
The reason I said I don't think Steph has anything to do with it, because in my opinion, they probably have had this conversation before.
Right.
And in my opinion, like I said in the
How
beginning,
will we know?
We don't
it
know.
doesn't
No, we
matter
don't.
because it's not for us.
Respect
It's
We
not
don't know.
for us to know.
Then why are we bringing it up?
Because the fact of the matter is
Respect the
that
mic.
you said that Steph's it was disrespectful to his marriage, and it was disrespectful. Did Steph say that, or did you form that? Because Will and Jada, and they could correct me if I'm wrong. Hopefully, they
Jada
do
didn't
see
say
me.
nothing like that
Just,
about her
just hear
husband.
me out, bro. Will and Jada have sex with other people. For my relationship, fuck no. But that's what works for them. So who the fuck am I to tell them? So if Ayesha
When have you
decides-
heard Jada talk
Respect
Will Smith?
listen.
the mic,
Hear what
please.
Hear what I'm saying though.
Actually, if you watch Red Table Talk, you would know all those answers that you just
Because-
had
But
questions.
what
They
I'm
said
just
it
saying- I'm just
anyway,
saying, I won't
waste my time.
proceed.
I'm just saying,
That was
we saying, you know what I'm saying? Well, he was disrespected. That's their marriage, whatever works for them. If she had a conversation with him and said, hey, I'm about to go on this Red Table Talk with Jada and fucking whoever the fuck else was there, Willow and Jada might have been there. Like,
Jada.
whoever was there, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to go in here and we about to talk about this, and you know I'm insecure about this. And he was like,
Right.
go ahead, babe, and smacked her on the ass. Nigga, that's probably what happened. Like, it's not about the affirmation that she's getting at home. Like, she just wants confirmation
Her
because, bro, she
personal
feels like a
feelings.
ghost.
Yeah.
When you see Steph Curry, you run up to this nigga, hey, Steph, take a picture. Bro, you know how many bitches probably handed her the phone? Like, can you take a picture?
high key.
For real.
Bro, she feel played.
In the
So this
shadow
is
of
a-
her
I can't say though. I can't say.
All I hear is
from-
excuses.
No, I say from firsthand experience because like Myra said, she dated a college athlete. I was a college athlete at one school. I was in a whole frat at another. So I understand totally. about the fact, like, even before my probate, I told my girl, I said, "Are you ready?" She said, "Ready for what?" I said, "You know that the day that I crossed, all of these females that did not, no, watch this, no, watch this though, but no, watch the seriousness. All these females that knew me were gonna try harder. All the ones that don't know me are gonna try. All the ones that weren't even giving me play at first, they're gonna be like, oh, hey, what's up?"
Back then, they didn't want me.
So exactly. So with that being said, I'm over here like, yo, I need to make sure you're okay because you already know me. You were solidified. Don't worry about all that outside shit because I know like how that can actually make a woman feel. So with that being said, it's like, yo, I'm gonna give you this affirmation before I even cross because you was here before all this bullshit finna take
But
place.
maybe Steph did that though.
I firmly agree.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm not putting Steph in the doghouse by
Devil's
any
advocate.
means, but at the same time, there were times when I crossed, like when I first crossed, it still got to my girl, even though she knew.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, babe, you still on my team. It's still us. You know what I'm saying? So I had to do some of those affirmation points because she's like, yo, this girl was over here talking about you and I was finna knock her ass out. I'm like, hey, babe, why you doing all that? Like, you know what I mean?
That's why me and her became friends Sunday because.
Oh no, not that one, not that one. But, yeah, no, it's okay. She knows. No, my girl knows all my history, so we good.
I'm still in that.
Baby, if you listen right now, I love you. You know, we just talking about the old shit.
But I was the same way where, like I said, me and him crossed the same year, but he got more clout than me because he was a Q,
for sure,
of course. But pretty all that nonsense. So it's like it did affect me when you see something just like, damn, like even after a year he crossed. Oh dang, yeah, and then he played football. So it was like you said, you had that affirmation was like he's like, are you still on my team? I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I need to hear it from your mouth because, like, at the end of the day, it gets to you. When you see all that shit around you, it gets to you.
And you also know that when you're in those, like, whether you're in a frat, whether you're a college athlete, whether you're just a well-known person, you have to play that nice role where you smile, where you be like, hey, like, oh, you gonna come to the party? Yeah. Like, you know, just be cool. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're doing it because we have to. Like, not necessarily like have to, but it's like, yo, this is what you do in the frat. You know
but is it not a matter of
him affirming that? I don't think it had any, like I said, I don't think it had anything to do with Steph because at the end of the day, regardless of how many times he tells her she's beautiful, of course that's your husband that he's supposed to.
Yeah.
If she gets fat, if she gets too skinny, he's gonna love her regardless.
Exactly.
It's the outside people that you're seeing every day. Like, dang, do they see me? All they talk about is Curry. They don't talk about Ayesha.
I will say that as well. I will say that as well.
But you don't think that's a vanity issue?
No, I will say that. No, I will say that as well.
You don't think that's an ego issue?
No. Look.
That's not an
ego
issue.
No, it's not. Look, it's not an ego issue. It's not a vanity issue. It's a human issue.
Very much so.
Okay, so
wait. Let me say this one thing. It is a human issue. And before you start your rant, sir, let me just get you together real fast. Men, y'all have to be careful in establishing a patriarchal like mindset in women. Like, stop doing that. Like, you over here like preaching and saying what women should think and how women should feel. You should.
No.
You can't. You cannot tell.
It works for me too.
You cannot.
It applies to me too.
You cannot tell women how they should feel because you're not a woman.
I never said that.
Yeah, but you're coming off as that way.
I said stop using your emotions.
Respect the mic. You're saying, oh, women should feel this way before they even get in a relationship. Yes, you did. You did.
I used the word feel.
No, you said
I used the word feel.
Love is a feeling. Love is emotion. Love is an emotion. Love somebody.
You shouldn't be looking. You made it. You said women.
I used the word feel.
You said women should not be seeking validity from me anyway. They should already have that in a relationship.
Period.
No, that's not fair.
It's not.
That is a bias. That is a biased statement. That is a biased statement.
I said both.
Okay, can I finish? It's not it is a biased statement. It's not fair because you're judging. You're becoming judgmental, and you're basing it off of something, ideology that's not really real.
Look. First of all, I don't expect anything of anybody else that I don't expect of myself. First and foremost. Secondly, why would I sit up here and just say women? Why would I expect more of my woman than I expect of myself?
Because that's what you said.
That
young
doesn't
sir.
make sense.
That's,
That's not me.
Though.
Well, I'm sorry if you misinterpreted me.
I didn't misinterpret.
But that's not what I said.
Thank you.
Okay, that's not what I meant. So,
Okay, so
let's get over that.
Okay, but listen,
that's ridiculous.
You should,
But
you should expect more of yourself because you're the man. So you are
oh
expected
my
to be the
goodness,
lead.
no,
Is that not
because
true?
we both are
That's another
needed.
topic.
No,
So okay,
100%, but
all right,
but you're the
okay.
man though.
Yeah, okay, of course.
but
And I
everybody
do
brings-
my duties.
Everybody brings some
I do
sort
my
of baggage
part.
into a
Okay,
relationship,
okay,
though,
okay.
bro.
I do my part. So,
But everybody
let's calm
brings
down.
something into
but
a
the
relationship.
point,
that,
is, we have to stop thinking that relationships are based off what the next person can do for us.
Okay,
That's not
to-
that's
to-
a transactional
to help him out,
society.
I will
That's
say I agree.
transactional.
I will
If
say
I'm sitting
I
here, if
low-key-
I have to give you me for you to feel whole, then how? Okay,
right,
once
look,
I
look.
How did
get
you
done.
get that?
Look. I understand what he's saying, but look, bro, hold on.
Let the guest speak, bro. Let the
Let me
guest
hit it real
speak.
quick.
Go ahead, bro.
I understand what you're saying about self-love because if you do find out how to love yourself, you can teach somebody how to love you. That is very true. But at the same time, everybody, once again, has their own journey that they go on. And if you find love while you're still trying to find self-love, it is okay. It's not that you don't have to, like, bro, you're over here like you gotta be
never
like
said-
100.
Okay.
Before you get
Yeah,
in a
like you ain't gotta be
Okay.
100%
Well,
whole, bro.
that's my fault then. I needed to let me check myself. What I am saying is that should not be the goal should be okay. Let me get with you. I can find out about myself because you're a reflection of me, right? So I'm going to figure out my flaws through you so I can better me, and we can do that together.
If y'all seen the movie,
But it should not be me expecting anything of you.
It's
But
not.
fam,
have y'all seen movies all the time where the woman puts on a dress and she goes, "Honey, how does this make me look? Does this make me look fat?" And then the husband, he's like reading the newspaper. He's like, "Yeah, wife, you look good. You look that. You know how common that is.
That's an idea, though.
It's not.
It's an
not.
idea.
You not know how
Somebody
common
gave
that
you
is.
that idea.
No, nobody
I seen it with my sister.
Because
but
it's
okay.
a
How
movie.
can you
Where
say
did you get it
that?
from? Where did you
But how
get
do
it
you know
from?
he didn't
It's reflective of real life.
Where did you get it from?
Excuse me.
Where did you
Okay,
get it
no.
from?
It's actually real life because I actually see somebody go through it.
Thank you.
So it actually happened
Okay.
it happened on an AKA event, and she asked her husband how she think he was
course
like,
it happened at an
and
AKA
struggled
event.
up. Of course, that's my profile. I'm sorry, it's my profile. But
They can never-
You know, she asked her, asked him like, how do I look in this dress? And he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you look fine." And she like, "Well,
Dang.
do I wear the dress or not? Like, what do I do? Like." And I had to tell her, like, you look good, bro. Like, you look good. But at first, she just was like, and she just really got, like, real sad. Was like, well, damn. Like, I wanted to hear it from my husband. Like, because I'm going with my husband. Like, how do you feel about how I look in this dress?
Yeah.
It happens. It ain't no idea. It's reality. It happens.
I-
It may not happen in your relationship, but it happens.
Yeah.
It does happen, but I'm saying it's an idea. It doesn't.
But
everything
if
that.
it's not an idea if it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Okay,
it
wait.
is.
Hold on.
Move on.
You're missing
Okay,
the point,
we gotta move.
I have a question.
Fast forward.
I have a
It's
question for the
easy to do
ladies.
that.
I have a
Yeah.
question
You're
for the
not
ladies.
trying to
though.
Well, I got.
I'm
Okay,
listening.
Contradiction.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You
Not a
haven't said much. Go
contradiction.
ahead.
Okay. Shit, I've been trying.
It's hard, bro.
I have a question for the ladies though. Okay, so I don't know who's in relationships or whatever. Okay, so say you married, right? Say y'all, you guys are married or whatever, and your husband, he's something that everybody know, yada yada yada. He come home and show you like, inboxes and shit like that of women. Oh, you this, you that, you that. Would you be mad? Like, how would you take that?
If they
Say something
If they're complimenting
If they-
your
if
husband
If
continuously,
they showed you that they was choosing, basically.
yeah, pretty much.
Like, oh,
And your husband was okay with like showing you that, like, oh, baby, look at this. Would you be mad at that? Like, how would you take that?
Would you get mad? Okay, basically, if Hard Eye Pics is on your husband's Instagram picture,
Like,
are you mad?
Like them hard eye pics. Oh, you fine.
Yeah,
that
you know,
type
like-
stuff.
Daddy. and
they
shit,
in your
all that.
inbox.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna start with you because you're our guest. Like, how would you feel about that?
instantly you're gonna be like, okay, well, who is she? You know what I mean? But I would be lying if I, didn't say that everybody wants somebody who's a little jealous. You know what I'm saying? Like that somebody wants. You know what I mean? So first of all, it's nice that I got somebody that somebody else wants. So first of all, that's first and foremost.
Yeah, you do.
That's
That's fact.
Second of all,
that gets 2 likes.
Right. Second of all, you know what I mean? It's gonna be like, okay, well, who is this person? You know, you're gonna have questions. You're gonna want to know who this person is and what this person about. But I'd be lying if I say it wasn't, you know, an ego booster for the both of them, because you're like, okay, well now, you know, my man.
I got a prize.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to feel
And,
bad.
and I agree with her, because like I said, when I was in one, it's like when he showed me, it was like, oh, okay, I know he was up there, and it's like, you know, they were flocking towards him. So it's like
She always, I promise you.
Stay on course.
She got a story.
Okay, next.
Anyway,
Are you done?
but like I said, you want to. Don't nobody want to be somebody that don't, like you say, don't get no light, don't get nothing.
Right.
You don't want, like, it's the reality. It is. I don't want to be with a bump. I'm sorry.
Bro, that's relationship 101. You with them because you were first physically attracted to them, that made
I'm not
them
gonna go with
want to
somebody
go
that-
over and talk to them.
I'm not gonna.
So should you be mad if somebody try to? I mean,
Actually, no. Because I knew you were gonna ask that
yeah,
too.
'cause
So with that being said,
I was gonna
I
finish
was
it up.
singing 3 weeks ago in Deep Ellum, and like 4 niggas in the same night while I was singing on stage, I saw them try to holler at my girl, and my girl was like, "Yeah, my boyfriend singing on stage." One of them actually came up to me like, "Hey, bro, I just want to let you know I was hollering at your girl. It's no disrespect." My response was, "Bro, my girl is fine. I would expect you to try to holler at her." You know what I mean? I'm like,
Right.
but I was like, bro,
I ain't
but I'm
mad.
sure she let you down easy though. You know, and I just walked off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be that nigga who's mad. My girl fine.
Right.
Like, shit. I'm not gonna be like, oh no, I don't want you doing it. Like, cut your motherfucking hair. No.
And it ain't nothing you can do about that.
Exactly. Because look, before I met her, I had them same feelings.
And you
Like,
hollered too.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, hey, shawty, what's your name? You know, everybody gonna do this.
Once again, you're not gonna be with somebody that somebody don't want. That's just basically what it is.
would you be mad?
Agree with the lady.
No, cause you crazy. Would you stab the nigga?
Oh, so I'm not crazy.
Okay,
though?
Jesus.
Cool, I'm not crazy.
We ain't stabbing.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so my after just listening to everybody, I feel like everybody kind of agrees, or in some way, maybe not Deshawn. I don't know, bro. You tough. You tough. But I
I'm not
think
here to agree with
I didn't get a chance to say what I
okay,
want to say though.
So I think
job.
This house down.
I think that
Say what I want to say.
Not my
everybody
job. I'm
everybody
here to speak the
agrees.
truth.
Everybody agrees that affirmation. Every human wants affirmation. Now, I'm not saying me personally. I see what you're saying. Maybe it's a flaw in. It's just a human error. Maybe we want outside affirmation, and that's not a good thing. But it just happens. It seems like because everybody. Because I mean, I agree that I mean. Should somebody want outside? Probably not. But does everybody? Yes, they do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
Look.
it's a human error. It's not.
I don't think it's an error, bro.
And Q, you right,
a
bro.
human flaw, whatever you wanna say.
Q, you right. You and Princess
I
are
think
right.
so.
It's not a flaw.
I think it's a flaw.
Yeah, it is a flaw, and and that's all I'm saying.
Humans are
That's all
flawed.
I'm
We're
saying.
flawed.
Oh, no, we're
my
definitely
goal,
flawed.
Yeah.
like I don't think our goal is human as just humans all together. I think we should have higher standards than it being something. Oh well, it's about everybody want my girl, or how famous am I, or what attention am I getting? We our standards are in a real materialistic ego driven spot. And
Once
that's my
again,
whole point.
I can only break this down from an artist standpoint. If I put out a fire ass album and I know that thing is good, I want the accolades to be like, yo, bro, you killed that. Yo, you did that. Yo,
But-
you
but
did that.
that's
Like,
not
that was
that.
dope.
You
but
want
we
it-
have
you
other
want it
artists
from-
that drop stuff and don't nobody see it.
Okay,
That's
one
very
more
true.
thing. Okay,
Boy.
so
So
when y'all were in school, do y'all remember the ratings game when y'all got rated by the boys and the girl, and you got rated by the girls, and you if you got less than a 6,
I had to
honey,
glow up.
your face
Oh,
was on the
man,
ground.
what?
On
That's-
site.
It's just
Yo.
the same thing. If you got
I had glow up, so that don't
less
count.
than a 6, you was just you was trash.
Bro, it will
You
go
went
deeper than
home.
that. If you was playing heads up 7 up and push your thumb,
Yeah,
bro,
that's
you
some
thought you
Texas
was the
shit.
loserest
Yeah,
kid
this
in the
some
whole
Texas
class.
shit.
But that, it's
still
funny. It's funny.
Loserist.
Loserist.
You the loserist.
That don't even really mean
Talking
that.
about affirmation, bro. Heads
Yeah,
up
no,
7.
that doesn't
Everybody
mean
wanted
that
to
you
be
is that
are.
Texas shit? Is that some
Everybody
Texas
everybody
shit?
wanted to be
I be down.
accepted.
That's
Everybody
still
wanted to be
affirmation.
cool.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I'm saying
Yeah.
everybody wants it, but I
Yeah.
just think
But
you don't really. You should.
you shouldn't be searching
Yeah.
for
There's a lot
that.
of
But-
things that we shouldn't want or
Yeah,
shouldn't do.
no,
But
I agree. That's all I'm saying. Okay,
It's called
so
being human.
We're gonna move this forward because we've been
Hold
on
on.
for a while.
I didn't get a chance to say. I didn't get a chance to take my. Hold on, bro.
Okay, well, let me ask you.
Exactly.
Let me ask you this
Commenting.
question. Let me ask you this question.
Could
So,
you be
I'm gonna
flip-flopping?
move it on, but I'm gonna wow.
Could you be flip flopping?
I'm gonna move it on.
I
But
get
let me
it.
tell you.
Really
Okay,
good.
so
Yes, ma'am.
My opinions are my opinions.
to segue a little bit into mental health because we got
Yeah.
to talk about that. So the new thing that I've been hearing or reading is that actually, so at first it was a lot of backlash. Obviously, she got a whole lot of this and that, this and that. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. So lately, after Steph, basically, he obviously commented and he said, "Hey, man, I'm cool with that. I'm proud of my wife. Fuck what y'all talking about." And then the narrative kind of switched a little bit, and now people are like, "Well," and then she actually commented it on somebody Instagram. She posted a photo. And then some fan trolls her was like, "Oh, you getting attention now?" Whatever they said. And then she said, "Oh, well, me saying how I feel in front of everybody is actually being secure. That's the opposite of insecure.
Right.
Me telling the world." So
true.
do you agree
That's
that
true.
just talking it out is that being secure? Because people say insecure is what she said at first. And then now the narrative switches like, okay, now that I said my piece and I spoke my feelings in front of the world, I'm actually being secure, and people who holding it in.
I think it is. I think it is.
So you think it's more secure?
I agree
to say
because
it?
if I'm scared to do something like, I guess everybody talking about their I'm talking about like I'm scared. Like I love doing poetry, right? I love doing poetry. I write all the time, but I'm scared to get on stage and read in front of people.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I was to get up and read in front of a whole bunch of people I don't know, that's power to me. That's like, damn, I achieved something. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I have to say I agree with that. I agree with that.
What do you think, Pete? Is that secure?
Yeah.
That's more secure than like just
I think it is.
People, like hold some of this stuff in.
Well, I mean, if you think of it this way, Kevin Hart thrives off of talking about his insecurities.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So it's like that is a way of being secure
Yeah.
because it's like, yo, I'm not hiding it, so you can't use this against me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And you know how many people die from suicide because they
Hold it in.
in all their insecurities and they were scared to come forth as an LGBT or they were scared to come forth as, you know, whatever their truth is. Like that right there, that is security. I couldn't agree with Ayesha more. Like I applaud her for that. And I feel like if people would do that more, then from a black perspective, then we wouldn't be in the position that we're, so much other stuff. But I feel like part of it, if black people talk a little bit more, you know what I mean, have a conversation more, then we would get a lot further than what we are because we are addressing the securities. If men would come forth and say, you know what, I'm really secure about not being addressed by black women when I was little. So that's why I like what I like now. You know what I'm saying? If black women came with, you know what, I don't appreciate being dogged by black men when I was, you know, raped or something like that, then, you know, I feel like if we had these conversations more, then the insecurities can be nipped in the bud, and we would address all this hurt.
And I had to agree with Bethany because, like I said, I held in a lot, and the people that know me personally can sit there and say that until I had a mental freaking breakdown in 2018, that I really had to get help. But all that built up came from the age of 16 years old. So you can't stand and tell me that some things ain't real because real. I had to get help. But if I didn't hold that in for so long, it could have been nipped in the bud 10 years later, 10 years earlier. But it wasn't. Because we sweep mental health and insecurities under the rug like it's not a real issue, that's the problem. So you're not going to always feel comfortable speaking out. It's not easily fixed.
But even though, like, if you think about it, my fault, we straight?
No, you good.
Okay, my fault. No, even when you think about it, it's like black folks, we are more prone to mental issues. There is such a thing as hood PTSD because the same thing that they be seeing over in Iraq, we see in the hood every day. Niggas be dying every day, and the first thing they want to say is be a man, don't talk about it, don't cry, don't worry about it, don't tell nobody your feelings, be hard. Nah, bro, like I understand. I even went through that sometimes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it is like a weight lifted off your shoulder and be like, yo, bro, I'm not okay, fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's okay. No, like, crazy thing, I have a song that's like not released yet, but it's a song called Pray For Me. And like the concept of that song was a lot of brothers don't really be praying for each other no more. And it's like, yo, we be going through a lot of stuff inside ourselves and on the outside issues. So it's like,
can I ask you all a question? I apologize.
No, you good, bro. Go ahead.
Can I ask you guys a question? So I just really want to know, like, from sincerely, no sarcasm involved. Where do we draw the line about the things that we say? Do you think we should just say whatever we feel?
That was their
It's a
relationship,
healing
and if they're
process.
comfortable in saying, I mean, I'm assuming that you were circling back to that. If they're comfortable
Just
with
in general,
them-
probably.
Well, I mean, it depends. It's
So
circumstantial.
we should be able to just say whatever, right?
I mean, it's subjective. That's
What would be your
Freedom of
definition of
speech.
whatever?
I mean, but it's whatever. a definition of whatever is whatever. It's whatever.
Whatever. So anything
That's subjective
you
and
think,
I should be able to say whatever.
Right, yeah.
So
I have to agree that it's subjective and circumstantial. I feel like it depends. No, seriously.
Yes, it is. No, let me tell you.
I agree. I agree.
Bro, if let's say me and him are best friends, right? And I'm not judging you at all.
No,
But
you
let's say
good.
I walk up to him, I'm like, dang dude, you look fat today. Me and him cool.
Yeah.
I can't walk up to her
Yeah.
and be like, hey, you look fat today.
You can
So it's all
say-
subjective and circumstantial.
But that's just how I feel about what Ayesha said. Just your example.
No,
you just gave that.
That's your
just how I
perspective
say-
or
exactly.
opinion.
Okay,
It's just a
You
discussion.
can have an opinion.
It's a podcast.
No, it's
That's a fact.
not.
We all got opinions.
As Joe Budden said,
Exactly,
we're podding.
Yeah,
Exactly.
We're on the podcast.
It doesn't matter,
So,
bro. That's a lot of people.
Let me
can
say
do.
this, like, okay, so I got a chance to watch all the interviews and stuff like that, and then
The
you know,
entire interview, not just the
30
no,
minutes.
I didn't. That's why it took me so long to say something, because I'm like, okay, I see all this stupid stuff going around. No, I'm gonna watch this shit for
People didn't watch
myself.
before.
I'm try to study
did
up on
too.
what's going on. So I kind of read up on their relationship as far as high school and yada yada yada, and as far as mental health, you know. And for me, when I broke it down, I'm like, okay, she been with this dude forever, like forever. And to me, I'm like, okay, I'm not with picking sides. Like, I see her side, and then again, I blame her husband at the same time. Like, he hasn't really said anything, but at the same time, I'm trying to put myself in both.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with her, it's like, okay, I had to put myself in her shoes. Okay, you're a wife. You're a mother. You his best friend. You've been around. You've seen things that we haven't seen. You probably struggled with this dude, you know what I'm saying? You have struggled with this dude when he was nothing to when he's something. So I know y'all been through hell and heaven. And like she was saying, you know, a lot of people holding a lot of stuff. And for a woman that has to take care of kids, had to be at home, had to do this, had to do that, her husband's always on the road, you don't know where her mental state was at the time. From high school till now. That when you've been with one person forever, this ain't 1920s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
That shit ain't heard of anymore. So for somebody to do something like that, it takes a lot out of a person. I'm not making no excuses for nobody. My thing is like this. I blame her, but then again, I'm on her side.
Yeah.
I blame her husband, but yet again, I'm on his side. Because you was with this man forever. You knew he had talent. You probably knew he had talent before everybody else knew he had talent. And for you to be there
Believed in
for a
him.
long time, that's what I'm saying. You have to believe in him. He love you for that. And at the same time, as a man, every man know your woman to come to you and say, hey, you're not doing this right. You're not doing, and you're gonna take that for granted because you've been with this person for so long. Every man get comfortable. I don't give a fuck who you are. You get, and you don't know if he got too comfortable. Hey, you know what? You're not paying me no attention, blah, blah, blah. He's always on the road. He's doing this, he's doing that. You don't know. My thing, I had to think about it. As a woman, women go through a lot of shit. I don't give a fuck how much money they have.
Yeah.
It's a lot of shit. You don't know, mentally, you don't know where they at.
Yeah.
And for her to go on a show and do what she did, okay, one part of me as a man, I'm like, damn, that was kind of messed up. You should have kept that in the house and told him. But like you said, you don't know if she told him or
know
not,
their relationship.
and he wasn't listening. Because a lot of men don't listen. Stephen, to me, he seemed like a
even
real
if he
humble dude. He seemed like a humble
could've
dude,
been
but
affirming
you
her
don't
till the cows
know.
come home. You
It's a
don't
lot of humble dudes that do a
don't
lot of
know.
whole ass shit. So, I mean, he seemed like a humble dude, but you don't know. Like you said earlier, a lot of these football players, actors, you have to be a certain way because you have a fan base. You have to be this way with your fan base. It's a lot of people that's going to say fucked up shit. Okay, cool. And at first I was like, oh, man, he got a lot of go. He got a lot of hoes. But when I seen the thing and I seen that he was showing his wife, how many dudes you know finna go home and be like, hey, baby, look at all these hoes. Ain't nobody gonna do that. So he had to be somewhat secure, and you know what I'm saying, to tell her that. And my thing is like this, like, I'm for her because she's a woman. You have to deal with your husband being gone all the time. You got to deal with all these motherfuckers trying to come after your husband. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people say, oh, it's your fault. You knew what you was getting. No, she didn't. She was with this man before he even became all that.
Steph wasn't even supposed to be Steph.
Thank you.
Right.
He wasn't supposed to be that.
Let's just keep it above.
Yeah, because
I'm
when he
just saying,
came into
so-
the league, he wasn't doing all
I
that.
had to think of her like that. Like, this woman, she loved this man. Like, it wasn't like all these other little motherfuckers, he rich, I'm finna go marry him. It's a lot of motherfuckers that married to situationships. Yeah. But she legitimately loved him. Yeah. And like you said, you know, she had her kids, her body changed. Like, you can do, I mean, yeah, she got money. She could have went to the gym, but you don't know where she was at or what she was doing or what was going on in their household. So when all this was happening, I'm like, you know what? I'm not tripping. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. My first thing was, you don't listen to Jada. Like, I was gonna say the same thing y'all said. This
Well,
one,
their relationship.
her relationship is okay. They fucking other motherfuckers. They cool. Right. You don't listen. You don't let nobody. You don't let nobody come in your household and fuck up what you got going on. Personally, me, if that was my girl, you could have kept it at the house.
Amen.
But I understand I understand why she did it.
Before.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it in my relationship. I would be mad at my girl. I would check her ass on that shit. But at the same time, you don't know where she was at. People, you on TV, people ask you shit because they want to get something out of you.
Of course.
You can just be saying this. Her whole, and I know good and well she love her husband, so I know she wasn't trying to put him out there like that. But when somebody asks you a question on TV, it's too late. You on TV. It's like right now. If I'm talking and I fuck up and I say something off the wall, it's too late. It's already recorded. It is what it is.
Other Curry.
So I have to play off what I just said.
I think Jada was kind of baiting her too on the.
Of course. It's a show.
It's TV.
She was baiting her, bro.
So my point is, I totally agree with what she did. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was proud of her because. Like, you don't know what happened or if it happened. I'm pretty damn sure they got a relationship where I feel like she probably told him before. He probably just wasn't on top of his shit like most men aren't on top of their shit. Okay. And another thing about her that I didn't like was, okay, when they out and they having all these little interviews and stuff, there's no way in hell your daughter should be taking over the spotlight. That's where you should have been. While your daughter's up here doing all this crap, you was in the background. You should have been right here with your husband. Show the other bitches like, hey, this is my husband. This is where I'm at. Now, that's the only thing I didn't like about her. She always in the background. I don't know if that's what they talked about. I don't know. I don't know. I'm saying what I didn't like about her is like, you should have been up in the front. Your daughter was taking the spotlight since day one. Agree. You should have been right there. Like, hey, bitch, this my man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. That's just me. But I agree with what she did. But I'm not knocking her.
She took the classy route.
She was very.
She should have been
in interviews.
She's always been classy.
How often did we see Vanessa Bryant?
Boy.
Exactly.
Except for the
You
rape
don't.
case. Except for the rape
But
case.
that's
After the case a lot.
But that's a whole different relationship. That's a whole different relationship.
And I guarantee you, Savannah wouldn't have said that shit.
That's a whole different relationship.
But yeah, they got different.
How long was Miss Bryant there? How long was she there?
Talking about.
I'm saying. But no, I'm just saying that's a whole different. Everybody's relationship is different.
Well,
I can look at her and tell she love her man. Like, there ain't no doubt in my mind that she love her man. Point blank, period.
all right, so to play devil's advocate on this situation, just trying to, so people will say that, okay, Ayesha says she wants more attention from outside, whatever. So she does have.
I agree with her.
Let's not act like.
That's not a bad
This
thing.
is what people will say, right? Don't act like she
thing.
don't have 3 to 4 million followers. Don't act like she don't have her own cookbook.
Having
series.
followers.
No, I'm just saying.
It's different.
But you have to go.
Having
You have
followers.
to attack this from all sides.
Exactly.
She has 3 million
Thank you.
followers.
But
she
that's
has
different.
her own
Thank
cookbook
you.
series.
Okay, but now
people
look.
know who Ayesha Curry.
My
is.
devil's advocate
It's
question.
not like she don't get attention.
3 million.
My
It could be all women.
My devil's advocate question to you. I was just finna say that. What do you think?
What does it
followers
matter?
came from?
She got him.
No, cause
But
look.
she got-
No. Look.
I can't hear y'all. Wait.
I'll say it like this.
Right.
You say she has 3 million followers.
Yeah.
How you think she got those followers? Like I got
Mostly from Steph.
Exactly. So,
but
point blank, because
some
I have-
from, she look good.
Okay, no, that's
Hello?
true too. Now I will say this though, from my artistry too. My girl be and like, yo, who is this? I'm like, oh, well, they follow me. Why are they trying to follow you? So I can say, like, I've seen that devil's advocate. Like, she's only getting followers because they're trying to follow what everybody got going. Yo,
But she also has her own thing going too.
She does.
It's not like she
She
not
does.
nobody.
She has
Don't
to
get me
break
wrong.
them hard.
But
I
it
went
doesn't
to
matter.
Target the other day.
It
She
doesn't
has
matter.
a huge face.
It's a package deal. It's a package deal. They gonna follow your kids, your dog, whatever you put online.
Because I don't follow none of them.
No,
so.
me neither. I'm just saying. That's
You
what
different,
people
nigga.
will
That's
say.
why.
People will
You
say.
right.
what's your question?
She got
Damn right.
tons. She got millions of followers. Where's this attention that she needs?
Question.
That's different, bro.
So,
And how much is enough?
That's different, bro.
Ask her question.
Okay.
How much is enough?
Go ahead, baby.
It's
Ask
true.
your
How much
question.
is enough is a different.
Ask your question. Go ahead.
So, question. You mentioned all of the attributes that Ayesha Curry is just not wanting to be known as for a moment. She's asking to step outside. She knows she's a wife. She knows she's a mother of 3. She knows she has a cookbook. She knows she's the next cover girl, or she is a cover girl. She knows all of this. So she to me, she's already secure in the things that she offers she brings to the table. But all I feel is she wants to be known outside of those things. She don't want to keep being known as a wife and a wife to one of the best basketball players of all time. She don't want to be known as just a mother of 3. No matter how hard and no matter what everything she got going on, she's still the wife of Steph Curry. She's still a mother of 3. Like, you don't want to be always known for everything that you do.
But,
you know what I'm saying? Like, you there's other layers to you. You don't want to just be that one-dimensional thing. You're multifaceted.
Very much so.
Exactly. Like, you're an artist.
Mm-hmm.
You pledge what?
Oh, Alpha.
You pledge Alpha. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're multifaceted. You're multidimensional. You don't want to just be an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I feel like Ayesha said. Like, I'm just more than a mother. I'm just more than a wife to Steph Curry.
That's
and
true.
if you notice, even basketball-wise, what are they doing? They're creating their own brand. They're creating their own marketing. Whether or not they're ratchet or not, they're still creating their own thing because they don't want to be known as the wives of the basketball player. That's it.
Well,
But with that being said, though, with Steph's, okay, I'll say this: with Steph's quote unquote eminence,
my phone
very solidified.
Ooh, it's on 1%.
All right, so so this is my question to you, Bethany. So with her trying to get outside of Steph's shadow, or not saying that's what you're trying to say, but with Steph's eminence and prominence being so solidified, how does one get out of that?
You can't.
Is it possible?
You would never.
There's no way
never
around
be
that.
bigger than Steph.
I want to know how mental health play a role in this
bigger
stuff.
standpoint, but like it's just like
even.
Right, of course.
Never.
She's very much. I'm from the past. She's very much multifaceted, and we're not taking that away from her. Like I was even telling Myra the other day how like I remember when she was on Hannah Montana. Like she was an extra on Hannah Montana. That's crazy.
Ayesha?
Yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was actually in the BET movie Love for Sale too. Yeah,
Love
with
for Sale,
J.A.
Love
Long
for
and
Sale.
Jason Weaver. Yeah,
Love for Sale.
That's the one where they had Southside Barbecue and Shouty was in the movie. Do you know where we're going with this?
I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Like, she was in that movie and all that.
She pretty
She was in that movie.
She was in the hot tub with the girl. That was her who had the main lines in the hot tub. That was Ayesha Curry. Yep, go look that up.
Wow, we got
Exactly.
1 minute.
So with
We got 1 minute, bro.
so yeah.
We gotta wrap this up.
Oh man.
I just
All
want.
right, so yeah.
Can we hit up on mental health real quick? Just
go ahead,
real
go
quick.
ahead.
I'm just saying.
Get yourself checked.
Mental.
I mean,
Hey,
at
really
the
though,
end of the day,
you know what I'm saying? Check in the words of Ice Cube, check yourself before you
mental
wreck
health
yourself.
is
You know what I
just
mean? Real talk.
important
Dead
as
ass, we
physical
gotta
health.
stop this. We don't see therapists or we don't do this.
Yeah.
I am a product of seeing a therapist in the last year, and I came a long damn way.
Okay.
So, because everybody know I was
It's
at
true,
a little
though.
place, but I came a long damn way. So I'm a product of a black therapist. If anybody want my
And you know
number,
what though?
I got a recommendation.
I've heard this
But
from a
yeah.
lot of, especially black men. Like we're raised to be so tough and just hide our shit. Like,
Yeah, of course.
we go through so much shit as
stop it.
kids. A lot of motherfuckers been through abuse, and we just are taught to just hold that shit in. And I
Be a
think
man.
that's why a lot of us are like fucked up right now.
Bro, your
Like,
first
seriously.
fight. Like, yo, you better go back outside
Bruh.
and whoop his ass. You better
I'm
not come
trying
in
to tell you,
crying.
if you lose, you gotta go back.
Yeah, hey.
This
But the
mental
thing-
health,
but-
this mental health topic will
Yeah,
come
we
back. 'Cause We'll
definitely-
need
We gotta do a part 2, man, because
part 2.
I fuck with our guests. Like, you know,
Oh, we can
yeah.
get real.
I'm finna be all on y'all show too. I'm telling y'all right now.
Please do.
I'm in your shit.
But you can't sing
Drunk and
Cheyenne.
all.
But he can't.
Even
she
if you
can't
don't
sing Cheyenne, so what you going? Never mind.
Who can't?
Even if you
Okay.
you gotta talk to. Hey, my messages is talk to somebody, man.
Yeah, for real.
Maybe
Yeah.
you don't talk to a therapist because maybe I should
Talk to a friend, a family member.
Maybe there was a
Or
therapist. Talk to somebody.
confront your demons, man. Confront the things that you can't,
You have
that
to be
you have a
honest.
problem with.
Right.
Because if it's somebody that did something to you as a child, you need to go step to them and say something like,
To
"Hey, man, what you
somebody.
did, fuck with me."
Yeah,
Like
somebody, shit.
somebody, you know, or something. Because the biggest thing about overcoming demons is being able to look them in the eye, and
True that.
that's key.
And the lesson I learned from all this stuff with Miss Curry, man, if you're in a relationship or you married, I'm not taking nothing from nobody. Just be upfront with your spouse. Like certain things you want to keep in the house.
Amen.
You know, it's certain things you want to keep in the house. Be upfront. Talk about this stuff. Don't keep stuff from your spouse, man. Like, cause people will take your shit. Like, leave people out your relationship.
Amen.
Yeah.
Leave the world out
You
your
engaged, right?
relationship.
I'm pretty sure you don't. Like, you got a girl. You engaged. You got a girl. I'm pretty sure y'all learned this. You got to leave because people are not always for your best interest,
Hell
man.
no, they not.
When you happy, they mad.
Say that again.
Establish
They mad.
Misery loves
For
company,
real.
but
Communicate and keep people out your motherfucking business.
but we're gonna come back
I'm
with
done.
a part 2 because I feel like this
for
number.
sure.
This
Yeah, I
this
fuck.
not
Yeah,
good enough.
I coming back. She got her little cue cards and everything.
Exactly.
Boy, she got a cue card like we on Ricky Lake, boy.
Wrap up the guest.
We're gonna wrap it up. So in the meantime, make sure you follow our IG _raw podcast. You know, we coming for the breakfast cup of dollars. We about to make it big out here. So you know, we got 3 guests. So that means we
all
making
3 of
it
y'all.
big.
Can y'all introduce yourselves one more time?
One last time before we sign out.
Please.
Who y'all are?
Yeah, I'm Bethany from the Black Bougie Brunch with Bethany internet radio show. Let's join the conversation. Find me on Instagram, Black Bougie Brunch with Bethany.
Hey.
Snapchat, Black Bougie Brunch with Bethany. Facebook,
Black
Bethany
girl
Farm.
man.
Yeah, she eat biscuits and butter. Bougie. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
Hey, you gotta turn up.
Well, I'm Ted.
I'm just happy to be
man,
here.
TEDKUSH, man. I'm from the Ted and Ty Show. You can keep up with us on everything social at Ted and Ty Show. Check out the podcast. It's on everything. The Ted and Ty Show.
Yeah.
Go to his IG.
And last but not least, you know it's your boy, Tony JR, aka Mr. Tone-tastic. Yeah, we in this show. Thank y'all for having me, yo, by the way. But y'all find me on IG, Tony JR, TonyJR_DTX. All my music on Apple Music, Spotify, title Tony JR, TonyJR, all one word. Don't space it out because everybody been doing that. Please don't.
Okay.
Make sure you support his new album as well.
We
That came
fuck
out on
with
Apple
it.
Music. So support that album.
Yeah.
Download it. Every concert he had,
I'ma
make sure we go
download
and
it.
support. You better download him.
Damn,
Triple D
talking
phone,
about
Mr. Wave, man.
But in the
He from Oak Cliff. I got to.
In the meantime, we out with part 1. We'll see you at part 2. Holla.
Part 3 too.